Приступаем, или вернее продолжаем нашу работу. И я хочу с удовольствием предоставить слово нашему коллеге, профессору Герхарду Скоффу, который является президентом Untitled Chapter Commission, такая организация существует. Он приехал к нам из Австрии. Пожалуйста, уважаемый профессор.
Well, gluboko, uvaženi, dame i gospoda, dobri den. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, honored guests. I'm very pleased and happy that I'm able to join you this morning and today at your very prominent and fruitful convention, Visit Russia 2013. The theme which I have to cover is not an easy task because, as we just have heard, about the governmental role in the field of tourism, and also have to add at the very beginning that also the governments in Austria, Switzerland, and wherever have a lot of problems with financial systems, with the budget, so they are looking for additional fundings, and I guess the idea of a lottery is a very good one, because the main important thing is what is the outcome. And whenever I see a good result, I guess then it's the benefit for all of us, for you, for the participants, and what you have achieved. Welcome. More than 200 countries, ladies and gentlemen, today are matching among each other to get a share of the cake of tourists. Because tourism is seen as a key to development, prosperity, and well-being. And they all are matching with products such as winter or summer holidays, sun and beach, city breaks, sport events, active or passive. Yesterday, unfortunately, ZSK Moscow lost against Manchester City, but a lot of British fans came along with their team to Moscow, got to know Moscow, got to know the cold, and I guess that's also an exchange of tourism. Culture, as it was mentioned already, is also a driver of tourism. And out of 5 tourists are declaring that one of the reasons they undertake a trip or a journey or a holiday is the fact of culture. Think of the Louvre in Paris, or you have it very closely in Moscow. Think of the Tretyakov Gallery or the new renovated Bolshoi Theater. That's also a must on the map of visiting cultural themes. Lifestyle, convention, venues, health, and wellness. And whenever we are comparing either Austria, Switzerland, Russia, Germany, or other countries, we have to see the development and what's going on in the world. Over the past 6 decades, ladies and gentlemen, tourism experienced continuous expansion and diversification, becoming one of the largest and fast-growing industry. Many new destinations have emerged apart from traditional favorites of Europe and North America. Here you have the 10 leading, according to the UNWTO, top destinations: France, United States, China, Spain, the Russian Federation, and Malaysia. Beyond this, tourism is one of the biggest industries nowadays. The most important one is everything which is together with energy. The second largest is everything which is in combination with automotive. And the third one is already tourism. So in 2012, 1 billion tourists internationally arrivals were counted, and 534 million of whom were in Europe. And some 10% of all those employed around the world work in the tourism industry. It's more than 212 million people. What are the top 10 tourist destinations in Europe? France again, Spain, Italy, Turkey, Austria, the Ukraine, and Greece. And a driver was last year for the Ukraine, the European Football Championship being placed in the Ukraine and Poland. And I guess you, Russia, you have also the opportunity next year to be in the frame, in the window of the world, while organizing Sochi, the Olympic Games next year, but also the European Football Championship will take place in Russia, and another occasion will be also the Expo 220 in Ekaterinburg. So the cities in Europe, which are the top 10, is Istanbul, Turkey, Lisbon, Vienna, Barcelona, and Stockholm and Sweden. What you should know is that 6 of the top 10 tourism destinations are European countries, and Europe accounts for over 50% of global tourism, and more than 6 million people are working in the tourism industry. But Europe has to face a huge competition. If you look in the developing countries, for instance, like Asia. Very important is the impact of the economic one of tourism. It generates jobs, it's good for small investments, and it hires the income in generally, and the developing countries, in particular jobs in tourism, are linked to further training as additional skills are required, for example, knowledge of a foreign language. So I have to apologize, Russian is at the moment not, on my agenda. I just told a friend this morning, I guess I will survive, but I guess that's only what I'm able to do so. What I'm very happy about is that there are so many young ladies and gentlemen in this auditorium. You are the future of all of us, and I tell you a language, one or two, that's overcoming barriers for all of us and for the future. So what's the economic impact of tourism else? Accustomed to certain standards and comfort, and also expect these comforts in their holidays destinations. And this has a positive effect on the development of infrastructure, such as transportation, communications, water supply, sewage disposal, and electricity. And tourists, most of all, are typical end users. The money they spend wherever they do vacation stays where it is, in the destination. And the international tourism is a significant source of foreign exchange. Destination countries can in turn purchase goods and services from abroad with these funds. This is especially important for developing countries. And it's also very important because the local economy is stimulated. For example, hotels purchase goods from local suppliers. Now about the governments. As I mentioned, they have less money, so all the institutions which have to deal with tourism nowadays have to look for additional funds. but still they need the government for the framework. So in January, to be economical-wise better off, the tourism can be helped and is supporting. In most cases, tourism goods used which are not privately owned, such as infrastructure or landscape. That's why the state is always involved in its development. Public bilateral development can be supported with creation of a master plan like traffic, either in the air, on the ground, or on the rivers, elaborating of rules and standards for sustainable usage of resources, and also creation of concepts for public and cultural goods. The tasks which government organizations, ministries of the federal states have to deal with are industrial law and combination with training, tourism research and statistics, international relations, and also the government has to look into traffic law, labor law. For instance, in Austria, it's not allowed to open shops on Monday, and security. Security is really something what tourists are looking for. Visa is not anymore a domestic affair, it's an European affair, and it's with the Schengen. I just got a sign that I have to hurry up a bit. So what's the in-between Austria and Switzerland? Both are looking for guests. One is called Vacation in Austria, and Switzerland calls it Get Natural. The operative agencies are the Austrian National Tourist Office and the Swiss Tourism. Both have a federal mandate to operate worldwide, founded in 1946 in Austria and 1970 in Switzerland. The budget in Austria is 52 million, in Switzerland 63 million. The state financing in Austria is 32 million, and in Switzerland 39 million. Sponsoring, which is becoming more and more important, is 20 million in Austria and 24 million in Switzerland. A main partner of the Austrian industry is the Chamber of Commerce, adding 8 million euros to the budget, and over 83,000 members are contributing to the budget. For both organizations, therefore, they have to look for partners, private one and business partners. So business partners in Austria and Switzerland are as well airports, Federal Railway, airlines, Austrian Airlines, Swiss, Air Berlin. Swiss and Austria are a member of the Star Alliance, which is very important for incoming. They deal with the wine marketing like the Swiss, the Austrians, the cheese marketing with the Swiss, also with the Federal Football Association, with the Olympic Committee, tourism schools, and the Austrian Ski Federation, and also the Swiss ones. Tourism partners for both countries are Swiss hiking, golf hotels, natural parks, convention bureaus, hotel association, tour and travel operators, the provinces, 26 in Switzerland, 9 in Austria, touring clubs, automobile clubs, and rural tourism. So to see what the different patterns are, Switzerland stands for international, high-quality, orderly, well-run, expensive, good hospitality, exclusive, modern, buttoned-down. Bavaria, because it's the neighboring, is the self-assured, traditionalist, folkloristic, religious, robust, connected to roots, candid. Austria is the inspiration to unfold original, creative, open-hearted atmosphere, culture. France is the Alpine savoir-vivre, international high-quality, great dining, modern, expensive, established, and exclusive. And South Tyrol, which is a part of Italy, is the high contrast Alps Mediterranean, symbiosis, picture perfect Italy, and sunny Alpine. These are the slogans where both companies are working, or countries: Austria, the Alps, the Danube, city and culture; Switzerland with the nature and authenticity, and also get nature. And just for the end, a few figures. We talked about market share, and as I mentioned, Austria and Germany, number one, Switzerland, number one is Germany. So Austria, last year, 49 million overnights, average 4.3 nights. Russia, 1.7 million, average 3.7 nights. And India, which was also mentioned, or China, 16,000, average 1.8 nights. Switzerland, Germany, 4.6 million, minus 11%, average 2.6 nights. Russia, 561,000, average 2.9 nights. And India, 474,000, and average 2.3 nights. And if you see the numbers between 2002 and 2012, the increase from India and Switzerland was 137%. In generally, quality is the best marketing. And as I told you at the beginning, to have a clearer and detailed look, it would take a bit longer. But I hope I could give you an overview, and I wish the convention a good success. Огромное большое спасибо.
Большое спасибо, профессор, за очень содержательное выступление. Я хочу напомнить участникам форума, что Швейцария по известному рейтингу давосскому, экономическому, который раз в 2 года производится, находится уже дважды подряд в 2011 и в этом году на первом месте, в лидирующей группе и Австрии. Вот, ну а Россия была на 59-м месте, сейчас почему-то на 63-м. Хотя мы видим, как на глазах бурно развивается туризм в регионах России, прежде всего в том числе и в Ярославской области. Вероятно, вот та проблема, о которой говорил уважаемый Дмитрий Михайлович, о нас мало знают. Мы практически мало рекламируем то, что имеем, то, что сделали и планируем делать. И вот в этом направлении нам всем надо, видимо, активно двигаться.